Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Baking with Becky. We're going to make the simplest granola I have ever found. My friend gave me this recipe and wrote it down on a nice, pretty piece of paper, and we are going to follow that recipe. To accelerate the time it takes to make this, I have already prepared some things in containers. First of all, you want to start with a basin. This is the biggest basin I've got. Used to be my mother's. It has nothing in the bottom. Second, you want a nice sturdy spoon to stir with. Now, this is the simplest recipe that I found, as I said. And you start with 5 cups of whole oats. This is from Aldi. I've poured some extra in it, so you want 5 cups. This is not one I started out with. You know it's healthy when it's got 5 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, you want 2 cups of quick oats. Pretty much, quick oats are old-fashioned oats, but they have been chopped up into smaller pieces. If you can see the difference here. This is very small pieces. I have a recipe to make some of my favorite cookies, and you can use either the quick cooking or the old-fashioned, and I like versatility like that. So here we go. Not much to see, just kind of 2 kinds of oats. You can see these are the old-fashioned and these are the quick. We're not done yet. I got a little stand today. Next, we add 1 cup of whole wheat flour, which I already have this positioned out. 1 cup of brown sugar. They always say to pack it, so this is my 1 cup measure of brown sugar. Then we put in, if you like yours sweet, which I do, you add 2 cups of coconut. If you do not, you add 1 tablespoon of salt. I like mine sweet, so here's my 2 cups of coconut. So far, we're not mixing, we're just putting in. After that, the recipe calls for 1 cup of walnuts, 1 cup of almonds, and 1 cup of pecans. I have here a little package of black walnut pieces. I like mine chopped up very finely. As you can see, I have 1 and about 1/3 cups of walnuts in here, including the black walnut pieces, and about 2/3 of a cup of almonds. You can see they're chopped up finely. I like mine fine. I don't like a big ball of stuff in my mouth. So there's that. Now, the ingredients say to mix all the dry ingredients, which is where your nice big spoon comes in. First, I'm chopping up my brown sugar. As remember, it was in that 1 cup measuring. I'll let you see here. This is everything in my basin. I got my nice Oneida spoon to mix up with, which is very nice to work with. So then we mix everything together, including the chunks of brown sugar. That's a whole cup, but you gotta remember that was 7 cups of oatmeal we put in. Smell those little black walnuts very much. I don't really care for them, but it was just a little snack pack. Okay, everything's mixed up pretty good. Should have another look. Everything looks nice and mixed up. Then we boil water, which I already have in my electric tea kettle. Wonderful. Can't live without it. So you need 1 cup of water. It has to be boiled. So I'm pouring my 1 cup in here. There's my 1 cup of boiled water. Then you need a cup of oil. Usually they say to measure it out in a measuring cup like this, but not today because I don't want to put oil in 2 different measuring cups. So 1 cup of oil, mix in with your boiled water. All right, here's that. And then you need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You add the oil and vanilla after it's boiled, and you add the vanilla to that. Here is my 1 teaspoon. I use imitation vanilla flavoring. It is less expensive and seems to do the same thing. I suppose if you want real quality ingredients, you'll use the real stuff and pay for it too. But that seems to work. Now, you can see the bubbles in there of the vanilla, and we mix that in. And you can see it's kind of mixed in with the water and still kind of separated. Pretty cool. So you pour this over your dry stuff. And here's where you want your hefty spoon. Just stir it. This is where you want your big container. So you don't have to worry about slopping over the sides. I think it's starting to look a little like granola now. You can still see some pieces. It's not done stirring yet though. I bet you thought I was going to prop the phone up against a pumpkin or a can or something and let you fall in the sink again, but I got wise. Gonna mix that up real good. Stir all that sugar and coconut and the nuts. You can leave the nuts out if you don't like nuts or if you have an allergy. I like the little bit of crunch, but I don't like giant pieces. Okay. That looks pretty good. Have another look. Yeah, all mixed up in there. You'll have some good pieces. Well, we're not done yet. I do this over the sink. I have plenty of space. Next, you need 2 of these size pans. These are large size. So, I guess they're pizza size. And you want to distribute what's in your basin on each of these pans. I am a messy cook, but I always have to clean up after myself, so I always make sure I don't make too much of a mess. This one will go better this way. Don't worry, everything I do always seems to look dangerous. Like talking while you're shaking a knife around in the air. But everything usually turns out okay. Okay, that's pretty good there. Let's put the rest on this one. I don't like to waste like you usually sometimes see them do on TV when they have those containers of stuff out. So if you see me making something, I'll usually end up scraping somehow. Scraping it off. Alright, that's pretty good. See, like this, they won't scrape off of their fingers, but I will. And this is where you want to have clean hands. because this is where the granola part comes in. You want to kind of spread it out kind of evenly, just kind of lightly, and then you want to press it down. And you're going to bake this on a slow oven, 200 degrees, for about 3 hours. If you do this in the evening time, that's the best time to do it, because when it's done, then you can just turn the oven off and leave it in there and go to bed. You don't have to do anything with it. It can sit in that oven overnight. You don't have to take it out. But you want to make sure you remove it from the oven before you do anything else. Otherwise, you'll just have burnt granola. So then you press it down like this. And I've got some sweet potatoes in the oven that I am baking up for Thanksgiving right now. So I can't put it in the oven right now. But I'm going to do that a little bit later. So you press this down. And then you put it in the oven for about 3 hours. Then you want to stir it once an hour. What I do is I set a timer. I set a timer for my 3 hours, and then I set another timer for an hour. So I'll remember every hour to stir it. You want to just gently stir it, not too much, because you want those chunks, but to press it down is the best part. And you want something like this to stir it with. And then you'll just, go along, kind of scoop it up and kind of flip it over like you would a pancake. So there's your super easy granola. I found this is one, it uses everything that I already use. Sometimes I don't have nuts, but I try to because I really love this. And my favorite part is I have 3 of these. One of these I make sun tea in, but this granola will come all the way up to the neck. These are not for canning. You just pull these lids off. They don't screw on or anything. And they just have the silicone seal over. This one's kind of funny. If you look at it kind of sideways, it's kind of funny. So I use it for my granola. So I get a wide mouth funnel and I scoop it up and I pour it in. See, it says not for home canning on the bottom. Made in USA. Ball Mason. So this will all fit in here, believe it or not. It looks like a lot. It really does. But it lasts me a couple of weeks. I made some not long ago, and I had 1 serving out of it, but then I took it to a friend, and he got the rest of it. So this is the first time I'm making this again. So this is my jar, and it's good. I keep it on the table in front of me, so it's right there. But you can keep it in your pantry or wherever. So here is granola. We'll stick it in the oven, and I'll show you the process in another video as we go along. All right, see ya.